Cal from Cal's Crafts. Welcome back if you've been before. Hi, if this is your first time. I am doing the Whip and Chat challenge, which is to do a whip and chat for an hour. Now I always do a whip and chat on a Saturday, but very rarely I get to an hour. This is challenged by Mrs. Crochet and Coffee, which is Crafting with Mrs. Crochet and Coffee on YouTube, and on Instagram she's Mrs_crochet_and_coffee. She's made she did one last year and she's doing it this year. Try and get people to do a whip and chat for an hour. Get creators out there and tell them about their life or a tag or whatever they want to do, but having a chat for an hour. And I'll tell you what the rules are. You have from January the 1st to January the 15th after her live. No late entries are accepted. To make a 1 hour whip and chat on YouTube, you can craft on anything, talk about anything. You can even give us a tour of where you live, as long as you're talking. Must be an hour long. Then you send her a message on her business Facebook page or on Instagram, 2 names I just give you, with a link to the video. I will then add it to the playlist to share my Facebook group and community wall of YouTube. If you have a group, you can share it as well. Can't wait to see some new faces and to meet some new people, she said. Thank you all. So, there it is. See? 1 hour whip and chat challenge 2021. So, yeah. So, we're going to try for an hour. Haha, this could be fun. Yeah, right. So, we have, which most of you will recognise that symbol, it is upside down. We have our candle first, lit for everybody that might need it, including myself. I've got a pot of pens that I have put some wax in. I think these have got Whimsical Daisy wax in. So I'll put them over there in case I need them. I've got some trays. I now need to take the Christmas tray away now. And have I got another tray that I can use though? I didn't think that through, did I? Got my copy on. I'll tell you what we'll use instead. So I need to get myself a new new shiny Shazza tray. I thought I'd got a different one, but I shall have to go and check my orders. So we'll get rid of that one. Oops, sorry. We'll use this one. But what did I do with the plug? There's no, there it is. Whoa! So organised not. Right. There. This one is from Painting with Diamonds UK. This tray, and I do love it because it's got a lid on it, so you can put the lid on it. Take that off. No, you can't take that off. Get it on right. That's on right. That's it. Oh, come on. Why does it work when you're not filming, and when you want to film it won't work? Oh well, you know what I mean. I never put the lid on. Never ever put. Oh, that's why. There's the cutout. Why didn't you tell me, guys? Why didn't you tell me? I knew it went on there, see? I wasn't lying. See? I'm such a blunker at times. So we've got a Harbour Freight. I have got a pen. I think this has got wee wax in it, this one. Let me put that in the Christmas stuff up there, which is super sticky. This stuff that I had off Trees and Teddy, and I'm loving it. Makes like a popping noise. So that's in that one, but we've got Whimsical Daisy, the Lavender Dreams are in the other ones. Because I have got It's Coffee Time and Through the Woods, but I want to try Wee Wax next. So I need to get on to Etsy and see if I can catch myself some wee wax, but as soon as she puts it up, it's gone. So yeah, I need to be quicker, or I need to have a word with certain people in America. Do a bit of grovelling. see if I can get me some. I pay for shipping, but you know, you want to try all the stuff though, don't you? So should we do it in a little? No, in a little thing. If it's no, there's quite a few in there. So we will tip it in this one. Undecisive, because there isn't many of them, which is the C. So let's tip that up. We've got our old faithful crab. Oh, where's the doodah gone? Right. Yeah, he's up on there now, look, see? Faithful crab to keep the paper. And I've just sectioned it off. This is just masking tape. And I've just sectioned off a bit last night because I didn't feel too good last night, and so I couldn't sleep. So I come down and did this bit. So I thought I won't section off a big piece. I will section off a little piece. So that's what I did. Oh, better turn it the right way, haven't I? Ooh. Shook them a bit hard. So how's everybody's week gone? Oh, why do I do that? I am such a klutz today. You would not believe how much of a klutz I am today. If it's going to play up, I'm going to get the Christmas one up. Out. So I find this one hard if it's got dark colours. I need to get a lighter one. This is the Christmas one. I can't see, so I'm going to use... Oh, I've got this one. I'm going to use my big tray. So I need to order off Painting with Diamonds, a clearer colour, get my teeth back in, a clearer, not clearer, brighter coloured one. A white or a pink or something that shows the darker colours up a bit better. Because my eyesight is happy today. Right, let's see, I made a right mess. And I like these ones because they've got the bit that comes off like that. Oh, can you see yet? And then you can put it back on. I have got a cup of tea. Oh, yep. Because I thought, what are we? A few minutes in and I still haven't put a drill in. Don't matter though, does it? Do you think we can reach an hour though? So, last week we talked about Christmas. What do we do this week? I'm trying to think. I have wrote a few notes just in case to try and jog my memory of what we've done, because my memory's like a goldfish. Yeah, it doesn't last very long. Doesn't seem like there's enough drill for all the C's, because we've got C's over there, C's over there, C's here. Ah, do you know why we haven't got enough drills? Didn't tell me, did you? Right, let's open that. There's another bag. I was thinking then, I was just about to panic. I said, oh no, I haven't got enough. What are we going to do? Yeah, we have got enough. Carol's just a plonker. And we got some more 310s as well. There's a bag of 310s. So I'll tip the rest of them in there so I don't panic. I did start thinking, oh no, I'm not going to have enough. Hang on. That one's falling off. So yeah, I haven't done an awful lot. Have I done an awful lot this week? Because it's been really cold. I don't know what it's like being with you lot, but it has been really cold here. Sort of around 0, what, maybe up to a 1, but roughly around the -1 to 1. That's our scope. I like it when it's, you know, 26, 27. In your shorts, well not shorts, but short trousers and a t-shirt, I'm happy. This -1 malarkey in the day, nah, don't like it. Don't like it at all. It's about -1 out there now. And it is, what, 3:30 in the afternoon? Bitterly cold. We had a bit of snow this morning for about an hour. So did make the pavements and the grass and some of the road white, but it didn't stick for long. It has on the grass, like, but the roads. But we had Storm Bella last weekend. Oh, wind and rain. Poor Lily, my dog, she's a Cavapoo, was scared to, yeah, because it was howling. You know when you get the really loud howling winds? That's what it was like. I got to admit, it did make me jump a few times because it was so loud coming through the trees. So she cutched up tight to me all night. So we got over the storm, and then what day did we have snow? Can't remember what day it was. Beginning of last week we had snow. Well, Becky from Becky's Madness and Crafts, she put up a video of they'd had snow, so I sent her a text, said, send it my way, I want some snow. And buggered me the following day, I had bloody snow here. And yeah, it was lovely. So I took some videos of that. I took a couple of pictures which I had to put on Instagram. But 8 o'clock in the morning I decided to go, well, yeah, was it about 8? Yeah, it was about 8 o'clock in the morning. I decided I wanted to go for a walk because I thought it'd be quiet, wouldn't be slushy or anything. So I got my stick and off I went, and I walked about, it's probably mile and a half to where our local lake is, because I wanted to see if it was frozen. I was hoping that it'd be frozen solid, you know, snow on it, but it wasn't. But the trees, oh my god, it was like a magical winterland. It was beautiful, and because nobody had been really in the snow, it wasn't slippy or anything. And then Grant picked me up then on the way back, because I come back down about, I don't know, 10 to 9, because I was going to call into the local supermarket for some milk. So he picked me up at halfway home and went down to the supermarket, but it was lovely. Real crisp morning, hardly anybody about. And I feel bad because I didn't take the dog because I thought it'd be too cold on her paws. So I got back and she weren't speaking to me because I didn't take her. Because usually if I go for a walk, she always comes. Not very often that I go without her anywhere. Yeah, so I had the bum's rush treatment then. A bit of excitement for the first sort of 30 seconds. I come through the door, tail wagging, jumping up. And then the realisation that I'd actually gone out without her, and it was like, nah, I'm not speaking to you now. So every time I went near her, she'd turn her head away. She's funny. She's so funny. So yeah, so thanks to Becky, we got snow. And I do love snow at Christmas time. And it wasn't on Christmas Day, but you can't be greedy, can you? You've got to take what you got. So I was happy with that, to see a bit of the snow over the Christmas period. So Grantley hopes it goes by Monday, because he's got to travel back to work, and the road that he takes part of it is lethal if there's snow, because it's right up on top of a mountain top. And yeah, and now they've cleared all the trees, because they've just chopped all the trees down, and that used to shelter part of the road. Well, now the wind just cuts straight across the mountain and blows all the snow down into the road. Yeah, somebody's bright idea. So he says he's hoping now that's it with the snow. They said we might get some tonight, but not an awful lot, I don't think. But it changes so quickly here, so you never know. You never know. Oh, sorry, I thought you were thinking I'm going to sneeze, but I'm not. Oh, Jessie dyed her hair back brown because she'd done the tips of it in the last lockdown. She got her sister to dye it. Well, they tried to dye it blonde, and I told them it wouldn't dye blonde, because bleach blonde, because her hair's so dark. It's really dark, rich brown, beautiful colour. But no, they wouldn't listen. So it was all right, but it was more sort of an orangey yellow, not bright orange, but you know, it wasn't white. So she wasn't happy about it. So this holiday, she decided they were going to dye it brown. And I said, that's fair enough. So I bought her some hair dye. I did do a video for my Patreons. They're, if you don't know what Patreon are, they're the people that support my channel every month on my Patreon thing, which is down below. And I do videos, private videos for them, and private little notes and chats and things. So I did a video of a day in a life of Cal. Not interesting at all. Sat in a car park waiting for the girls to go and choose hair dye. Me and the dog. Dog was loving it. Lily was sat on my lap, looking out the window, looking at all the people, wagging her tail at them. You know, she was thoroughly enjoying herself. Yeah. I think, did I come back and do a bit of baking? No, I made some coleslaw. So I've shown them how I made my coleslaw. And project bag that I was making and different things. But yeah, Jessie's hair, they dyed it brown. Well, fair play to them. Before we went and got it, come back, and they were doing a test strand. So they did, without me saying, they did a test strand. So when that was being washed out, so I'd forgotten, I can't remember if I had to go somewhere. I think it was Bargain Buys. Oh, to pick up some bin bags from Bargain Buys, because they're the only place that do really thick bin bags. I hate these thin ones that you put your rubbish in and then you pick it up and it falls all through the bottom. So I said, I've got to go to Bargain Buys. So they said, oh, we want to come. I said, well, yeah, if you want to, like, but it's only just to get some bin bags. But no, they wanted to come. So I said, oh, you're not dyeing it? No, we'll dye it when we get back. Okay, so they come to Bargain Buys. Don't know why, but they did. So we got the bin bags that I needed to get. Only 90p for, it's 90p for 10 bin bags. And they are that thick. They're really good, really thick bags. Supermarkets, £2.50 for 10. And they're that thin, they're unreal. Yeah. So I like my Bargain Buys. So I went, come back, and then they spent then upstairs doing her hair. And I bought Millie one of these little tube winders. It was like a piece of, I don't know what you'd call it, but like a piece of plastic, and then a slit in the middle and a cat face, and you put it with your tube through it, and then you wind it up like that, and then it squirts out any leftover stuff in. So she got that for her paints for Christmas, so they were using it on the hair dye to get every last drop of hair dye. And fair play, a hell of a lot of it came out. Then they were using it to do the wind up the toothpaste, and I thought it was empty, but by the time they squeezed it, there was that much from the end down, and that was chock-a-block full of toothpaste. So I said to Millie, we must chuck out every month thinking it's empty, and it's not. So I might get a couple more of those tube winder things. What else did she said? Oh, some kind of moisturising cream or something. They put it on that and wound that up to push all the stuff at the top. Yeah, while they were waiting for it to cure or whatever it's called. And I washed it out, and Jessie spent ages then drying it and brushing it, and it did look beautiful. It was so soft, but her hair looks so much longer. I know it was long anyway, but it does look a lot longer than what it was. But she's pleased. She's pleased that she's gone back to her brown. So I said, that's good. Why is there just one black in the middle of there? Who am I to question? As I said, did I tell you who this was? Afternoon tea. It's afternoon tea from Randall Spangler from Diamond Art Club, in case I didn't. Because knowing me, I probably didn't tell you who it was from. Because I'm a plonker today, and I don't mind admitting it. So we'll tip these back in. Can you actually see what I'm doing? I hope so. So I'll just put it on there. So hopefully then, if I spill any, they'll go into that little white tray. That's my thinking anyway. I think, did that just slide off? I don't know. You can always get a few that stay in there, don't you? Oh, missed. Did I miss any others? No. So that's that one. Number 40 can go back in there. Oops, a daisy. Now we'll do number 26, which is these little batons or whatever you want to call them. Better put the plug back in, because that's usually my usual trick. I forget to put the little plugs back in. And then you go to move things and it goes everywhere. And then you're picking up drills from anywhere and everywhere. Yeah, well, I did my project bag, that's why I was saying that in my thing. This is it, I'll show it you. I did a two-tone look. So I didn't have quite enough purple to do a box base like that. So I had some grey in the same material. So I added a piece of grey on the top. Yeah. Well, first of all, I put this on back to front and attached it to that. So I unpicked it, did it. Then I did the other side and did exactly the same. I mean, what type of plonker does it both times? But I did. And then I put the zip in. And I forgot that when you do these ends that you need a longer piece for the seam allowance. A gap for the seam allowance. I forgot that. But so it's a little bit bulky there. A little bit bulky on there. But it doesn't matter. And I had trouble with the interfacing. That's it's perfectly lined. You can sort of see. Can you see? I don't think you see. It's a little bit, the interface in between the layer is a little bit bubbly. You can't feel it. I think it's because I flattened it out now. And it sort of sits up. Can you see it? So I'm going to put some cardboard because Angie said on one of my videos to cut a piece of cardboard that length and then cover it in one of the fabric. And just slide it in the bottom. So if you want to wash it, you can just take the piece of cardboard out. So I think I'm going to do that with that. But yeah, I've tried medium interfacing. That one's a heavyweight. Supposed to be interfacing to give it a bit more substantial. It is a little bit. But it was all right doing it on the normal fabric. I used the iron and the damp cloth. First couple of tries it wouldn't bond at all, and then I got it to bond. But then when I went to try and do it, because it's the cotton for the lining is thinner, it just tried to shrivel up, and I got in a right old bloody mess. So I've sort of did manage it. I had to get some fresh pieces and do it again. Then one piece I actually shrunk, the cotton shrunk like that because I must have been on too hot, I don't know. But I look at these, like I look at this one that I had given me from Trees, and it's really quite thick. So I don't know what she's used, because like I've used a heavyweight and it's nowhere near as thick as this. Like you put your hand there and feel that, and that's quite thick. And the back's even thicker. So I don't know. So if anybody knows what they use, please let me know, because I am new to it, so I am learning. And what, you know, with this interfacing and stuff. Yeah, but I did get a bit stroppy with it. I know it's hard to believe Cal gets harpy. But yeah, there's a bit of cursing. Just a tad. But I did it. I kept going. I said to Grant, I am not stopping. I am going to make sure that I do this, because if I stop, I said I'll just throw it and I won't bother doing it. So I have done it. I'm going to have another go. But of course, because we're in tier 4, our local wool shop that I got the heavyweight interfacing from, the woman in there is usually quite helpful, and she'll talk you through things if you have a difficulty. And of course they're not there, so I've got nobody to ask. And I don't want to keep pestering poor old Trees, because I'm always pestering her about stuff. Because she's really good, because she does quilting and everything. So she's probably thinking I'm thick as shit, you know, because I can't quite grasp what I'm supposed to be doing. I have watched videos, yes, before you ask. I have watched YouTube videos on interfacing, and they all make it look, yes, and I'm doing everything that they say, and it still goes pants up. Grant says I'm probably one of the only people apart from him that can follow things step by step and it still go bloody pants up. It's like, really? But I have ordered a bit more material off another site to try. I don't want to, this one I've ordered is a bit more expensive. Like that was more expensive than the first lot of material I used for the first lot of bags I made, because I didn't want to spend a fortune and then realise that, you know, actually I can't do any of it. So now I'm getting a little bit better. I'm getting a bit more expensive material. I mean, the linings weren't cheap, but that seems to be quite thin. So whether that's the problem, that the lining is too thin. But stupidly I ordered 2 meters of that, because I thought, you know, the price of it, it'd be better quality. But yeah, you learn, don't you? And you've got to learn where to buy it from as well, because there's so many shops that come up now that I don't know really where the best shops, so I'm just trying different ones and to see which one I like, I suppose, and what one sort of, because I do enjoy making them, and if I can make some, hang on, I am back. If anybody knows my channel, that's my dad. He always rings whatever video I am filming, morning, afternoon, evening, my dad will phone. He's just saying that Joshua's on his way back. Josh has been up to see him today. Going to wash his car as well at Grampy's, because Grampy's got a bit of a power washy thing. But yeah, and he's gone up to check on Grampy. Been up there for a while. He just likes to go up and see if he's all right. Although Dad came down for dinner yesterday, because I did a lamb dinner yesterday, so I told him to come down and have a roast dinner with us, which he did. And he had a play of cards and things with the girls. So he stayed a few hours, and then he said, oh, I want to go home, sit in the warm at home. I said, that's fine. I said, you know, he's been having a bit of trouble with his kidneys. He's got growths on his kidneys, but they said he'll do more harm trying to remove them at the age that he is than leaving them. And they say if he gets any problems, give him a ring, give him antibiotics for any infection. So if he goes to the toilet a lot, let them know. Painkillers if he, you know, the paracetamol stuff is not working. Does he? Nope. I said to him last week, I said, you've obviously got an infection. I said, you're up and down all the time, going to the loo back and forth. I said, give him a ring. I said, and they'll probably give you some antibiotics or something. Oh, I'm not bothering them, it'll be fine. And I said, no bloody whoa with you. I said, get it done now. I said, before the weekend. I said, else you're going to be in pain. No, I'm fine. Well, what happened last night? Yeah, he was up all night. His kidney was really, really hurting him. So I did have a little shout at him over it. I said he was silly. I said, you could have been on antibiotics. You could have been in there sorting the infection out. I said, but when you get an infection, I said, that affects your kidneys. I said, and because your kidneys are in the shape that they are, it's going to be even worse. So I said, give 111 a ring, which is the non-emergency helpline that you ring now if you've got any problems. And they'll talk it through and they'll say whether they think you need to go on antibiotics. If they do, they'll arrange for them to go to the chemist and then you just go and pick them up. Would he do it? No. He said, oh, I'll sit in the front room. He said, in the warm. I said, well, get a hot water bottle or a beanie bag. Well, you know, one of them lavender bags. Because I swear by them, because you can sort of manipulate them to wherever you want. And I said, sit in the front room, put a Western film, because he liked Westerns. I said, and sit and do that. Yeah. So he just phoned to say that Joshua's on the way back. I said, I hope you didn't go outside. Well, you know, I didn't want to leave the boy on his own. I said, well, what did Joshua say? He said, well, he told me to stay indoors, but I didn't want to. I said, oh, for God's sake. He said, well, I'm in now. I'm in now in the warm. He said, I ain't going anywhere. I tell you what, sometimes he may be 82, but sometimes he's worse than a child. I think all men are. Like we try and get ourselves sorted. We do home remedies or whatever, you know, and then we know when we need to phone the doctor, get yourself some antibiotics, whatever, so you can carry on. Nope, not him. Grant says, oh, you follow him because you don't help yourself. I said, I know when I've got to stop. I said, but sometimes being a parent, and I said, being the wife and mother, if I don't do certain jobs, I said, they don't get done. I said, that's the only reason I carry on. I said, but I'm not stupid. I said, if I was worried or I'd been told by the doctor to ring them if any symptoms started, I said I would. I said, but when men are ill, I said, you're all like big bloody babies. I said, women are ill, going on their last two legs. I said, and they, you know, they're still carrying on. I said, that's the difference. So I know. I said, if it's a man, you have to tell him to get sorted now. before it gets too bad. But no. So I said to him, Monday, if it's still the same, you ring in. I said, even if I have to come up to your place and stand over you, I said, I'll drive all up there. I said, and stand over you and make your phone. So he has promised that he would. So we'll see. We'll see. And then I've had the care home on today. Well, I've had the care home where Mum is on every day because she's fallen. And I said to you before, they've got to inform us if she falls or if they find her on the floor, because they don't know whether she's putting herself on the floor sometimes or falling sometimes. And they say sometimes it's obvious that she's fallen and other times they're not quite sure if she's fallen or put herself. But either way, they've still got to inform us because she's on the floor. So I've had a phone call every day now to say, so I had this phone went today, and just before I did this, I thought, oh God. And it was one of the nurses, and she said, no, don't worry, she's not my normal call. She doesn't read. No, she said, it's not what I usually phone up for. She said, nothing to worry about. I said, oh God. I said, what then? She said, well, she said, isn't a nice phone call because I don't like asking or saying about it, but it's got to be done. She said, we need to put into place whether you want your mum to be resuscitated if that ever came to be. I said, oh, bugger. I said, I remember being told about this sort of thing. And I said, with everything that's been happening, I'll never give it a thought. So she said, yeah, we need to put it in place. So what's your thoughts on it? And I said, well, I know when Mum first started to get really poorly with the Alzheimer's, she said she wanted to be, because we had to do power of attorney for health for me, so I could make the decisions because she was getting so poorly, because I didn't want my dad to have to make the decisions that had to be made when she was put into a home. So, but on there you had to write whether resuscitation would be needed. Well, of course, she said, yes, I want to be resuscitated, which is fine. Can't say I blame her. But, like they say, things are changing. Quality of life is changing. You know, so they need to know, so they can put it officially. Official documents got to go in place of whether she, you know, heart stops for whatever reason. Do we want her resuscitated? And I said, oh God, I said, I can't give you an answer now. She said, no, I know. I said, the trouble is, I said, because my sister has young person's Alzheimer's, I said, I think she was between 14 and 16 when the symptoms started. I said, now she's in a wheelchair being cared for 24/7, can't really talk. She can't eat or drink without having pureed food, which has this special gunk stuff in it, which is disgusting. I said, you know, she can't toilet herself, she can't walk, she can't really sit up now without any support. Do you know what I mean? And seeing my sister go to this stage, I'm like, hers was slower than what Mum's is going to be, if you know what I mean. So in the next year or so, my mum will probably end up, which is going that way, like that. And I said, I can't get my head round. I don't want to lose my mum, don't get me wrong, and I don't want nothing horrible to happen to my mum. But like I said to Grant, are we saying resuscitate because we want her? Or, you know, would Mum want to be like this, where she doesn't know her family, she doesn't know anybody, she doesn't know how to care for herself, she doesn't really know, they have to watch over when she's eating now all the time, and would she want to carry on like that, knowing that she's going to get a lot worse? And I'm thinking, I said, I really don't know. I said to Grant, do we be selfish and say, yes, she's got to be resuscitated because we do want to keep Mum around? Or do we say, no, let her go naturally? Because then, you know, because her quality of life is going to be so crap. So it's a hard one. I don't know what this. So I said to him, I'm not going to speak to my dad at the moment about it. I said, you'll have to leave it with me, because I said he's not well. He's not in the right frame of mind to talk about it calmly, because I know it's his wife. He's going to say he's sus, and if that's what he wants, I'm going to go with whatever he wants. I said to Grant, he can make the decision on this. If he asks me to, it's different, but it's his wife, so I'm going to leave it to him. But I said I'm going to have to put things black and white for him. Not bullshit, not sugarcoat it, nothing. Just tell him the facts. Because I have kept a lot from him, because he doesn't need to know a lot of it. But Grant says now is probably the time that you do need to sit him down and go through it properly with him. I mean, like he says, is she going to go like Jacqueline? I said probably. But I think he's thinking, is she going to go the same way at the time length that it's taken Jacqueline to go to this stage? Well, the answer is no, it's not. She's done the years of where it was slow progress, but now it's going to speed up. So I'm like, so I don't know. But yes, that was a nice phone call to have. But as I say, it's got to be done. Oh, come on. So what else is there? Oh, Millie's doing her shed. She is, because she did pick this one colour with a hint of pink, but she's done 2 coats on it, and you couldn't really see the hint of pink in it at all. Oh shoot, that wasn't very clever, was it? So she's went back to the paint shop. Well, builders we went to, because the paint shop was shut because we were in tier 4, we forgot. So we went back to the builders and we had a look. So we chose another paint with a deeper sort of pink. Still, it will still look like a hint of pink, but hopefully it would show more. And then Grant said she had to, where the 2 boards meet like that, in the middle, there's like a crack sort of thing, which you need to fill in. So fair play to her. She said, Dad, you show me how to do it, and then I'll get and fill it all in with filler, and then I will sand it down, and then I'll paint that. So, and if you paint the ceiling, Dad, because I can't reach, we'll go from there. So fair play to her. She got this polyfiller stuff and she filled it. I said to her she was much neater than her dad, and then she filed it down. A couple of places you couldn't really get it flat because people know sheds here are not made, even though it was the money it was, it's not made brilliantly. And like Grant said, he tried to level off the boarding, but it's like 2 mil out in places, so the board, so she sort of filled it in but with a bit of a slant. She did a good job, so she's happy with it, and I said that's all amount. But they did that, was it yesterday? Yeah, I think it was yesterday she finished off that. Then today, and put one first coat of this new paint on. Then today they put the second coat of this new paint, and oh my god, it looks the biz. It looks like it's going to be, the pink is absolutely, it's just like a shade of pink coming through. So Grant's going to build a, reinforce the windows and put some poly something window stuff, I don't know. It won't be glass, so, and then seal it to make it more, what's the word? So no drafts or anything will come through it. So it'll be warmer for her. We've got her a little blow heater to go in there, and it heats up really quickly in there because they've been using that while they've been painting, and it's really cozy in there. So I said by the time she gets all her bits of pieces in there, so it's going to be, she wants to go for like a mustard colour and greys. That's what she wants. So she's not sure if she's going to get her dad to put like a wooden slatted floor down and then have a big rug. And then we bought, well, I bought her a doormat. It's called a magic mat. And it's supposed to be that as soon as you step on it, it absorbs everything off your boots or shoes or whatever. So I bought one of those to go in there, and I said what she wants to do is she's going to wear her shoes from the house to the shed, then she's going to have slippers that are kept permanently in the shed, so she can take her shoes off on this mat and then go straight into her slippers, so no wet then will go anywhere else in the shed, which I thought was quite ingenious. She's a clever soul, my daughter. She's not like her mother. She does think really well, bless her. Got some of these bloody everywhere, look. Right, hang on. Let me get my ruler. I think I'm going to open up another section. So I'm going to open up this section. So I'll show you how I do it again. Just line up on my... Oh no, I didn't put that on very straight, did I? There. I think that's it. And then I pull towards there. Towards doodah over where the ruler is. So hopefully it should rip. Started off with the scissors, cow, because I can never get it to rip. So I start off with the scissors. Then hopefully if I pull it towards the ruler, it should tear just along the ruler, which it is. Ah, usually it goes away if I try and do it and film it. But look at that, so I've opened up another piece, only because I've only got that bit there. I've got just that little bit in there, so I'll just finish that little bit in there and then we can start on here. So we want one of those with the line across it. There it is, 43, and there's a couple there as well now, so I'm going to stick them in here. Oh, I thought that was the wind then, but no, some car. So Joshua should be home soon. That's if he doesn't go and meet his mates. They tend to meet in a car park and sit in their cars and have the windows down and have a chat. So they're still keeping their 2 meters rule in. I thought it was quite clever. But he's talking about going back to uni next week. I've ordered him some breeches and some jobster boots, they called, for riding, to take back with him. So he's going to, depending what day they come is what day he'll go back. As soon as they come, he'll be off up to Hull. I think he's got a massive exam on the 13th. So he said, I'll definitely stay to them, Mum, if they go, because they're still in tier 3 there. So he said, if they go into tier 4, I will stay, I'll do my exam, and then I'm coming home. Because he said, I'm not staying on campus on my own in tier 4. So I said, that's fine. Do what you got to do, and we will support you. So that's the plan at the moment. So if he does go back, I'll have to take him shopping to get some boxes out to box up, and all his clothes get washed and dried. So I'll have to make sure that I wash and dry them this weekend. Well, got most of them up to date because I have picked them up off his floor. But Monday and Tuesday I will have to make an extra effort to make sure his clothes are on off the floor, because I don't know if anybody else that's got teenage boys. I mean, he's coming up 19 now in January, but yeah, the floor loves his clothes. Yeah, that's where his clothes usually live, until I pester him and say, can you please bring me your clothes for me to do. I was going to go for that number, and then I saw them little things there and I'm thinking, oh, I'm going to do a couple of those because I've not seen that symbol before. So we're going to stick them in there. Ah, and it was upside down. Yeah, I'll miss him when he goes. It's been quite nice having him, although he spends nearly most of his time upstairs. He does occasionally come down and have half a conversation with me, but it's just nice hearing him about and talking to his mates and laughing on whatever he's on with them. Yeah, I will be sad when he goes back. He's my little baby. He's my firstborn, so it's like, yeah, I don't want him. Well, I want him to go back, but I always think if he needs anything, I'm, you know, 5 hours away. And like he says, Mum, I'm grown up now, I can look after myself, and he can, you know. But you always think if they need you or they get upset or somebody, you know, something happens or they're worried or, you know, you're not there. Not that he confides in me as such, but he knows that if there's anything that needs doing or, you know, he's not sure about, I'm there for him, you know. Oh, come here. Yeah, so we'll see. I think they've got between, I think it's the 5th and the 9th to go back. That's the going back week that they've been given. But like he said, it all depends if the government change the rules again. With them, they're not, none of them are really sure until the time comes of what, you know, because the government is swapping and changing things all the bloody time. You don't know whether you're coming or going. Oh, I don't hear anyway. I bought a paper incinerator thing today. We did have one, but the bottom fell out of it. It used that much. You know, one of these looks like a metal, silver metal dustbin, and then the lid's got a massive hole like a chimney in it, and then you burn your papers. It's on legs, so it's off the floor, and you burn your paperwork. So, because we burn all our, anything with our name, address or details we burn. We do make sure we are thoughtful neighbours. We do make sure that windows are closed and, you know, stuff like that. Or we try and do it later at night so it's not disturbing anybody. So I bought one of those today because it was only, well, the other day, New Year's Eve, I think they must have had about 70 in the front of the store. Went in there today and there was probably 6 left. So I said to Grant, I phoned him and I said, shall I just get one? They're only £10. Shall I get one? And he said, yeah, you better have, because I said, they're going to go. I said, because everybody's got the same idea. You know, that they're going to burn their paperwork in it. Because there's no recycling centres where you can take shredded stuff and get it, know that it's gone in the recycling bin that they can't get it out of and all this stuff, because none of them are open. So when they open, everybody's going to be going, because like we've got like bags of like wrapping paper and stuff that we couldn't chuck out because we had no room in our bin. And if your black bag bin is slightly open, they won't take any of it, so you can't afford to. And because they're only collected once every 3 weeks, and I think it's 4 bin bags you can maximum. If you really squash them down, you can get in them. Over 3 weeks of a family of 5, yeah, you can imagine. So I think Grant's going to be burning this wrapping paper as well. Because like I said, it's just hanging around. Why they can't open these recycling centres, I don't know. And just monitor how many people go in and out. Makes more sense to me. But who are we? And then we had a text yesterday from the school on New Year's Day of all days to let us know that Key S3 would be going back on the 6th, because the 4th and the 5th would be inset days where the teachers have to learn whatever they have to learn. And then KS3 would be going back on the Wednesday. KS4 and 5 would be going back the following week, and they would do online learning. What the bloody hell is KS3 like? I'm like, what happened to you year 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and 13 like normal? Why have they got to say this KS thing? I don't get it. So I had to put a thing on Facebook then and make out them, you know, look like I'm really thick. to find out what that was, which is Key S3 turns out to be years 7, 8 and 9. Key S4 is 10 and 11, and Key S5 is 12 and 13, which is sixth form. So I had to tell Millie then that she wasn't going back to school. And Millie, with what she's got, hit the roof, because like she said, we're going back into the last few months of our schooling for some of us, and we're not going to be in school. Yeah, 6, 7 and 8, which it doesn't really matter whether they're in school or not at the moment, are going back. She said, and then there's the sixth formers that are doing their final A levels. They can't go back. Where is the logic in that, Mum? And she was upset. She was crying and whatever. And I couldn't answer her. I could not answer her because she's totally right. She is totally right. They should be going back first. The other one should be on the visual learning. Because like Millie says, visual learning, you don't get full thing of what's going on. Yeah, so she's not happy. So I said, look, what will be will be. We've got no choice. We're just going to have to make the best of it. I said, if you struggle in any way, I will be contacting them and they will have to do one-to-one with you online. It's as simple as that. So, yeah. But yeah, fancy sending it on New Year's Day, though. I know the Welsh Government only did the meeting the night before, but couldn't they have waited? They knew they could have even sent it today or Monday, because everybody knows they're off Monday and Tuesday. But no. Yeah, so it went down like a lead balloon. And the thing is, it might all change again if the Welsh Government decide to change things again. So I really don't know. It's all a waiting game for us. So yeah, so they might go back to school next week. It's looking like Jessie will, Millie won't. And then Grant goes back to work Monday. So Lily the dog's going to have the arse-ache because they'll all be going, because she loves having them all home. So she can just flip between one or the other, depending who's her favourite at the time. I don't know. Yeah, and I'll be quite lonely because I've got used to having them around. Be back to just me and the pooch again. So I might, you know, I need to start organising myself better as well. I know I've got my floss tube Friday and my Wip and Chat Saturday, and then my live on a Sunday, and then it's a mixed bag in the week. Oops, that one doesn't want to. But I have done myself a project. Well, it's a cross-stitching book, which is this. I did a whip parade. Instead of doing a whip parade, I've actually filled in the pages of what I was doing. So what I'm thinking I might do is do the same at the back, or get another book and do it for diamond paintings. So I did used to do it all, but then it all sort of all went out the window. You know how you do. You start something in really good faith, don't you? It lasts a while and then that's it. You forget to do it once or twice and then you think, oh, it's too much work to try and catch up. And you don't. So I'm hoping that I don't do that. So what minutes are we on? We did 25 before and we got 28 now. So 25 and 25 is 50, 51, 52 minutes. So we're nearly at the hour. Have you fallen asleep yet? Oi, wake up! Yeah, so plans for this week. I don't know. Cross-stitching, I think I might have... I don't know. I can't get motivated for cross-stitching at the moment. I think it's because my health hasn't been too good and I'm a bit all over the place and I'm scared of messing up, so I've sort of left it. But I do want to get on to the black work, and I do want to find a piece of material to do the Peppermint Purple 2021 sale that's ongoing, because that's just been dropped. First week of that. So I thought what I might do, because I haven't done 2020, I've only done, is it 3 weeks, or no, 2.5 weeks, that I might do them side by side. Yeah. And then I've got Dark Queen of the Sea, hair and face to finish. And they've just dropped yesterday the next part of that, which I absolutely love, which is the reed and something. So I don't know whether to leave the hair and do that part. You know, I love doing Pandemic. I haven't done anything on my balloons or anything, and my Home Sweet Home, because I didn't realise how many I had till I did the whip parade, and then it's like, flipping heck, I've got 10. And then you look at them and think, oh, I really like that one, I really like that one, I need to do that one. So maybe when they've all gone back to school and work and uni, I can do a bit of a schedule of what I'm going to do each day in between housework, because being disabled, I take so long to do housework and stuff like that. I can't whiz round. I can't get it all done in an hour, do you know what I mean? Because I have to stop, start, stop, start, stop, start. And when I, like if I hoover, I have to hold on to the furniture while I hoover. So I have to do it that way. I can't just hold on to the hoover because it'll be also the tip. So I tend to use the furniture, the radiator, you know, the door frame, whatever. But it just takes me longer than it would have used to. Like a couple of hours, I could have cleaned my house from top to bottom. Do you know what I mean? Now, nope. Sometimes if it can take me a good half an hour just to hoover the front room. And with my old hoover, it could take an hour to do it because it was so bad picking up. Yeah, so I don't know. But I think I need to get a schedule. You know, what I'm going to do each day, or try to do each day. I'm not going to put the pressure on myself that I need to do it, but I want to do some more cross stitching. Of course, I want to do my diamond painting. And I definitely want to finish this, and I want to get back onto my dragon sword as well. Oops, it's in the wrong place. I was going to get a wolf diamond painting to join Wolfpack on hers, on the wolf thing that she's doing, but yeah, I didn't get round to ordering one. By the time I order one now and get it, it'll all be over. So I'm going to have to give that one a miss. But it doesn't matter. There's plenty of other things out there for me to do. So yeah, I think this week is carry on with this diamond painting because I'm absolutely loving it. I'd like to do a bit of cross stitching. I want to have another go at the project bag building. And I'm thinking of ordering myself some sock wool to try to do a shawl. Because I've seen a nice, well, it's not a shawl. It's a scarf with pockets. And it was, Danielle, was it you that put it up? A crocheted sort of scarf with pockets thing. Come around your neck and then the pockets are down. I quite like the look of that. But I haven't got any nice wool because I'd like some nice wool to do that if I was going to do it. But it's crocheted. And I think I was looking at the pattern that she sent, she put on her post, and I thought I could actually, might be able to manage to do that. And it's done with a 6.5 crochet hook. So it'll be quite big stitches, which I'll be able to see. So I'm thinking, do I order some nice sock wool to do, because it'd be slightly stretchy? I don't know. What do you guys think? What wool should what wool do you think I should order to do it? But it looked nice. It would be chunky. It will be a chunky because the needles will be, so you don't really want too chunky a wool because it's going to be chunky enough with the needle that you're using, if you know what I mean. So yes, I've seen that I quite fancy doing. I ordered some more patterns of Doreen Jones because Danielle put a link up again. Yeah, Danielle the enabler, we call her. So I ordered a few more cross stitch patterns from her because she had a sale on. So, but I think there'll be ones that I'll keep maybe for the latter part of the year. Don't know. So I ordered them, but I won't be kitting them up. I don't think, anyway. But you don't know, do you? And then you see another pattern somebody puts, and I'm like, oh yes, I like that one. And I see another pattern and I think, oh yeah, I like that one. So I don't know. Anyway, I didn't know what else I was going to talk about. I don't think. Oh, I hope you all enjoyed my New Year's Eve live that I did. We had so much fun. It was brilliant. If you didn't come, go back and have a look at the New Year's Eve live video. Oh God, did we laugh. I had stitches. I was laughing so much. And again, thank you to everybody. I never had a live with so many people in. It was brilliant. We had so much fun. Oh God, it was really good. And on that happy note, I've probably just about reached an hour. And Mrs. Coffee will have to slap my hands if I haven't. So if you haven't done the 1 hour whip and chat, please go and have a go at it. Even if you go on the internet, get a load of tag questions, answer the tag questions. Be lovely. We will all watch you. Just let us know. Mrs. Coffee will have it on her thing. We will all watch it and support you. If it's the first thing you ever do and you want to start a channel, this is your chance. Do the whip and chat for an hour. Yeah? Get your diamond painting out, your crocheting, your knitting, your colouring, whatever you do. Just get it out, talk to us for an hour. We'll love it. And we will support you. So with that said, if you haven't subscribed and you fancy doing it, there's a link down below. I'd love to have you on board. There's also a notification button by the side that'll let you know when I go live, which is on a Sunday, or when I put up a video, which is a few times a week. There's also my Patreon down below that I talked to you about before. There's also Happy Mail, because sometimes I send out Happy Mail, but I have to have your address down below, which I need to check and update my book. There's also my social media and the comments down below if you want to leave something for a chat. I always answer and I always chat back. Because, yeah, this is the most I ever chat on this. It's on with you lot. So with that said, look after yourselves, take care, and most importantly, stay safe. Love you all.